Hello, everybody. Welcome back. In the non-dual community, we spend a great deal of time talking about waking up and how to wake up and when you wake up and when do you think you're gonna wake up and how did your awakening go or what do you think awakening is like or when are we gonna awake? It's just awake, 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 awake. So my question is just this: are you sure you need to wake up? I mean, have you checked that lately? I mean, do you really need to wake up? What if you don't need to wake up and you're spending all your time trying to wake up? How's that working out for you? And even if you've had an awakening event, even if you've had periods of clarity, or what we might even call stability, some sense of stability, there's a sense that, well, this thing comes and goes. Oh, really? So I'm going to suggest that it doesn't come and go. I'm going to suggest that you don't connect to your true nature and then fall out of it or go move into clarity and then move back out of clarity. Um, there's just this, and I mean, and it's this same everyday, uh, unremarkable awareness that you have, right? That it feels like it's yours and you have it. I'm just going to suggest that you're it. So if you're already awareness, what I call awakeness, you're already awakeness, and this is awakeness. Where do we need to go? Why do you need to go anywhere? Why do you need to achieve anything? What if you were to notice, oh, he's talking about this everyday awareness, this in your face awareness, this hello world awareness, this leave me alone world awareness, this look at the flower awareness, listen, hear the music awareness, feel this, feel the finger awareness. What is it that feels that? I mean, it's just there's just awareness, isn't it? And aren't you just aware that there's a feeling here happening here? The is it, and how about something tastes or something smells? The Are these the mystical tastes and the mystical smells? I don't think so. I think they're just ordinary tastes and ordinary smells and ordinary sights and ordinary sounds and ordinary feelings. And I also think that all those senses are also extraordinary. It's awakening to the extraordinary, ordinary. I'll say that again. Awakening is awakening to the extraordinary, ordinary. And the first thing you got to do is realize you don't need to awaken because it's already here. You're already awake. So you're not. It's not just that. I know, and you're thinking, "Oh hell, I'm not." I know it's used to think, but it's not that you're awake. It's that you're awakeness. That awakeness. So how do you wake up awakeness? What would we do? Right? How would we wake up awareness? What do you think could wake up awareness? I mean, there's outside of awareness, what can you find right now? In the absence of a character, can you find a problem with this right now? Sailor Bob says, what's wrong with right now until I start to think about it? And that's the deal right there, is what is wrong with right now? Is there anything wrong with right now? Do you need to wake up or do you just need to notice that you are awakeness itself. It's the idea that you're already awake. That's good, but I'm not talking to a Bob or a Carol then. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to awakeness. And awakeness, you're already awake over there. You don't need to wake up. See, there ain't no Bob and there's no Carol and there's no Fred. So it's hopeless case waiting for any of us to wake up. Because these bodies, they don't have the capacity to wake up. Yeah, I can wake up this glass as fast as I can wake up this body. And this body will not be any more clever than that glass if I could wake up either one. It's that they don't have the capacity to wake up. And you, I'm just telling you, you are awakeness itself, this awakeness right here, right now, and you have no capacity for sleep. See, you think that, oh, I'm asleep and I need to wake up. I'm in the ordinary world and I need to wake up to the mystical world and the mystical sights and sounds. You want the spiritual, the candy of spiritual experience. Sometimes that happens. It's happened here many times, but many, many more times it doesn't happen. Right? I just go through a day like anybody else. It's just that I'm not confused about who I am that's going through the day. I don't have to go around every minute saying I'm awake, I'm awake, I'm awake, because this isn't. I am. I don't have to. Why would awakeness go around having to go around? Oh, I'm awakeness. I'm awakeness. Don't let me forget that. I mean, that's like me walking around. I'm a male. I'm male. I'm male. I must remember that. I've got to remember that because if I don't, I'm male. And and it's so it's just the idea that you are this very truth that you're seeking, that just becomes more and more evident as the belief in ego, the belief that there's really a center here. Ego is just a term. There's no ego. I can't put one in that bottle. I can't, and in that glass, I can't hold one in my hands. I can't point one out. There is no such thing as an ego in terms of there being something there. There are patterns that work together sort of synergistically, and we call that ego. And there's no Fred here. There is Fredness. There are patterns here. They're identifiable. They're repetitive. And we think that that's a Fred over there, but that's not. This is not a Fred. This is not a Fred. This is a body. This is a cadaver. It is dead as a doornail by its own devices. And how do you know? Remove the animating presence and what happens? Fred is dead. That fast. It's not the body that it wakes up. Hell, it can't. It's just a husk. I remember when my dad died and I'm sitting right there by his bed. I'm holding his hand. And 1 minute my dad is there, and the next minute I'm holding, it was just like I might as well been holding a corn husk. It's just a husk. It was so evident. That was the word that just, oh my God, it's just a husk. It's my husk. It's a husk. Because the animating presence had left. And quote, my dad had left because I was identifying him to be the animating presence, which he never was. The animating presence was pretending to be my dad. But it was and playing the role of my dad, but it never was my dad. It was always the animating presence. And this body of conditioning, this sack of conditioning, this box of DNA and experiences and beliefs and fears and all this stuff, it's just a box. and you fill it up with animating presence and woo, 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 it is quote alive, but it's not. It's the animating presence that's actually alive. And I'm not trying to argue with MDs or anything like that. I mean it on a different level, and I'm sure you know that. But it's, you are the aliveness. See, there's only life. This is lifing. You're lifing. You're lifing through this unit, and you're lifing through that unit. And the experience through this unit is not the same as the experience through that unit, which is the one, probably the reason that there are billions of us, because there are billions of different experiences of this very same awakeness, of this very same aliveness. Let me look at my, okay. I was going to check to see how long I've been recording, and I never started the clock. See, and not that it matters. I mean, I have an appointment later. I have to watch out for that because I can get started and can't get stopped. But I think we're doing okay for the moment. We have to be doing okay. Do you know why? This is it. This is the only thing that can be happening right now. There's no other possibility of anything happening other than right now. This is, as I say, it is the flowering of the inevitable. It is this is woo, everything that's ever been has been leading to this. Can you imagine? It's just crazy, isn't it? So, and it's crazy because you can't understand that. But you're never going to be able to understand that. I don't care if you're Fred or Awakeness or Bob or Karen or whatever you think you are, consciousness or Jesus or God or whatever it is that you think you are. You're none of those things. You are this ordinary awakeness that's present here right now. This ability to see, feel, this ability to experience a world. And you think that it's this thing that's experiencing the world. And it sort of is, but this thing is a sensing device for you, and you are off planet. You are not of this world. You are not on this world. You are, there's just the relationship between you and the world is entirely fraudulent. It is an interesting experience, isn't it? Because there's a Fred story over here, and there's your story over there, and there's all the stories that are elsewhere, and they're just marvelously entertaining, and they all amount to nothing. If you take the universe and remove all the stories from it, what's left? What is this without the stories that we have about this? What is this without the names that we call it? What are these objects without names? Are they really objects? Are they distinct? It's really oneness popping up as I'm just looking at a whole bunch of different statues that I've got here, and I'm just recognizing that each one of these statues is oneness in its entirety, yet it is, but yet oneness is all inclusive, meaning that that's oneness, quote, in its entirety. So is this. When I'm talking about entirety, I'm talking about it in the sense of that would be a hologram. Then this is a holon. This is a holographic thing that's happening here. Is that the essence of the whole thing is contained within each thing, because there's no distinct each thing. This is all awakeness talking to itself. There's nothing really happening here. It seems like it, it feels like it, but I promise you I can show you that it's not. I've done it a zillion times, and I'll do it a zillion more if God willing that the unit doesn't croak on us. And if it does, okay, I'm not going to miss this, right? I'm just not going to miss it. You know why? There won't be anybody there to miss it. Right? There's no incarnated Fred Davis now, so there's certainly not one coming back. So the reincarnation would talk about something that had incarnated the first time, and that hasn't happened to a Fred Davis. These are incarnations of the one here right now, if you wish. This is the one incarnate. But even that is a story. You don't have to wake up. You are telling yourself stories, you're naming things, you're giving history to things, you're pretending there's a past and you're pretending there's a future when you're only ever experiencing right now. You're saying that people have been unkind to you when there's no you there. You're saying that people misunderstand me when there's no you there. It's I am just mistreated and this, and there's no, you're playing the victim and there's no victim there. There's no victim. None of us are victims. There are no such things. My meeting is in 5 minutes. It's a good thing that I have it there to remind me of that. Otherwise, it'd be like it happens sometimes. It'll be 5 minutes. The meeting will be 5 minutes in. I'll notice I'm still in the middle of a video, and then that video never shows because I just got lost. So today I notice there's more alertness here, thanks to the iPhone. That's all. Look at that. I'm taking the credit for what the iPhone did. Do you see? What a story. Wow, I just noticed that it was 5 minutes till. Well, how did you notice that? Well, a bell went off. That's how I noticed it. But I don't want to tell you about the bell. I just want to take credit for being more aware today. God almighty, stories and lies. The first lie is that you are dreaming that you are a person. Well, that's your only problem. You're dreaming you're a person with a problem. That's it. You're dreaming you're a person, and if you're a person, you got problems. Just comes with it. So why not recognize that you're not actually a person, or you're not limited to being a single person. You are all persons and all things. It's all alive. Every bit of this is live. I'm not saying that everything is notably sentient, but I'm not saying this is sentient, but I am saying it's alive. It's all alive because there's only aliveness. There's only aliveness. And there's no such thing as deadness. There's just transformation. The energy doesn't disappear. You can't. Energy can't disappear. It can, I forget the three things it can do, but it can reform, it can be transferred, it can be this, that, and the other, but it just doesn't, it never goes away. There's an energy here and you are it. How are you going to wake that up? Are you going to keep trying? What a pain. Thank you very much. I love you. See you later. Bye-bye.